a live. That is crazy. And it is 7:30 in the morning. I think it is a beautiful day. Weather is not too bad. Currently waiting here at the is it a the food, not the food bank, but to get some free food. I guess it's leftover food. I'm not sure how it honestly works, but yeah, why not, right? So there's a lot of cool things that I could talk about today. So I know that I've been creating more, I've been consistently posting. I haven't been posting on YouTube as much as I should, but I definitely will get back to it, and giving myself a little break because I just changed schedules, and it's not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. Of course, I mean, with change, you gotta learn how to adapt first before you do anything else. But yeah, this is a little stepping stone. Gonna try to do a little bit more lives. Go back to YouTube a little bit more. Just reach out where I can. That is the biggest thing. The biggest goal is to reach out and to help others if I can. Excuse me. Um, with that being said, today we are going to be talking about pressure. When I come up with an idea, I don't necessarily have anything in mind. I just start talking. I start processing, and then when it comes out, it comes out. That's like the best thing that I can say. I've known that for years that I wanted to do something where I can help people, reach out to people, hopefully do the things that not a lot of men are doing, and hopefully make an impact in the men's mental health world. But for some time, I just try to figure it out, try to get a flow for it, try to start and be consistent, not just say I'm going to do it and get it done, but actually do it and get it done. Actually be that example, actually be working on myself. And ever since I found God and accepted it into my life, I have tirelessly gone over being there, being consistent on it, trying to be how I'm supposed to be when you follow God. I know it's not always perfect. I know it's definitely never perfect. I mean, no matter what, I've failed so many times, and I feel like I have failed more than I've gotten up. But I know that's all a process. I'm only 30 years old, but I should be able to say I'm doing something. I should be able to say that, I worked on it, and I've done what I needed to do as a man. And now having a family, being a husband, it's not easy, but it is, but it's worth it to say. Oh, look, I got a little message. Hey, what's up? But yeah, I mean, men's mental health is a real thing, because when I was growing up, no one taught me. I mean, I didn't have someone to teach me to be better, to learn how to drive, to learn how to tie a knot, how to go fishing. And I was mostly taking care of my siblings and my mom. I mean, she was working 3 jobs, and on top of that, she wanted to be an adult too, so she would try to go out and have fun. But I was always the one that took care of my brother, took care of my sister. And at one point, I was taking care of my mom because she just wasn't okay. She wasn't feeling like she wanted to be okay anymore. So putting all that stress on someone who is not even 10 years old, it builds a lot of pressure on you as a kid. Moving back and forth from place to place, and things like that. But the way that I see my mom now, I am truly happy where she is at, because now she's finally living her life. She doesn't worry too much. I mean, of course, she worries about me, but I have learned to let things go. I have learned to let the process of not being okay and understanding where she was coming from as a young adult, as someone who was just trying to just get by. That's I understand it. I understand that my mom was not perfect and she did her best. But I learned a lot on my own, and I'm still learning a lot on my own. Now I have my wife to teach me, and I feel like I see my wife as a woman of God 100%. There's a lot of times where I tell myself, you're not doing good and you need to be the head of the household and you should always have that. But on top of that, every strong man, every strong and weak man have a good woman behind them. Like there's no if, ands, or but, because no matter what, you deserve you deserve someone who is not just gonna keep you at your where you're at, but raise your standards. And I felt that year after year after year. I felt that even when I was at my lowest, even when I left, even when I abandoned everything, she would still be there. And I thank God that she fought through that, and now testing my faith, coming back and working on myself and actually changing because I want to change, rather than change it because I want to do it for my kids, or I want to do it for her, or I want to do it for my mom. I realized the difference, and I'm not a little kid anymore. It's not gonna just go away. Excuse me. It's not just gonna go away just because I get older. With this pressure that I feel now, I don't feel like I lose it. I feel like it's a privilege. It's the privilege to have the pressure on myself where I'm at, rather than enjoy being minimalistic, enjoy being where I'm at, because she always raises the bar for me, and I couldn't ask for a better wife. I couldn't ask for a better partner. I couldn't ask for anything better than that. Oh, hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you. Thank you for the hellos. Yeah, no, it's I haven't been on here in a while, and I appreciate the people that are on here that do give support. My biggest thing that I'm working on is being that person that is not just the example, but that person that people can go to. I want to start building a community for people who want to work on their mental health. All my social media is exactly the same way. I post the same way on every single one of them because I want to be that example. I want to help people understand that just because you have problems and just because you went through something doesn't mean you have to keep holding on to it, that we have to learn to grow from it. And the reason why we're growing from it is because God wants us to be that example. He wants us to help others. And I realized that for a long time, that once you start getting better in certain areas, you need to reach out to others. You need to help others, because out of all the people in the world, men have the highest suicide rate. And it's not fair when men do a lot, and on top of that, they carry that burden and they carry that weight of, I can't tell anyone because then people are going to think I'm weak. It's not about thinking that you're weak, or thinking that you're unable to, or thinking that you're worthless, or I'm just doing it because that's what my dad did, or I'm just doing it because that's what they did. It's not the same pattern as it was when we're in the 1950s. It's time to grow as a man and understand that your emotions are valid, your processes are valid. When you're going through something, you need to reach out. And the more that you hold yourself back from that, the more that people will notice it and still won't say anything. I've seen it time and time again where people talk about how they were the happiest person in the world. They were laughing, they were joking, they were having a good time. They were just doing the things that they thought they were supposed to do to avoid anyone worrying about them. But people not worrying about them made it much worse. I appreciate the I appreciate the messages. Thank you so much for that, and the subscribing. But yes, I've noticed that when a man isn't okay, the first thing that they're going to say is, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I'm alright. It's nothing that you have to worry about." And we always put that in our head. We always put that in our head that we're gonna be fine. But then it gets to that point where you've built up all that frustration, all that stress, all that pressure, all that anxiety, all that depression on your shoulders. And when it's time to actually reach out, it's when you don't want to be here anymore. It's when you have crossed that line of, I'm done with this world because no one cares. But then we don't tell people that we're not okay. We shouldn't be telling everyone that we're not okay, but we should be at least reaching out to the ones that actually care. Which I felt the most important person for me was my wife. She has been up there every single time, and she knows when I'm not okay. So the hardest part is to tell her that I am okay. And yeah, I mean, it's a never-ending battle when it comes to men's mental health. I know that I can talk about it here, I can talk about it there, but when it comes down to it, men's mental health, or mental health in general, is very difficult to talk about when you feel like no one's listening. Oh, hey, brother. Yeah, excuse me. Thank you very much for that. Um, I know that when you're growing up, as a man in general, you're told, don't talk about your emotions, just get it done, because that's just what a man's supposed to do. That's what a man has always done. And yeah, you can do that, but now you can do that while having that person with you, notice it and want to help you. My wife hates it when I don't tell her that there's something wrong, because she'll notice it from day one. She'll notice that I'm not okay, or she'll notice little things here and there. And I'm not always very subtle. I sometimes wear my emotions on my shoulder, but I know that I'm not also trying to hide it, because it's kind of like you want them to ask you, "Hey, are you okay? Hey, I noticed you've been doing this differently. Hey, I've noticed that you're over here and you're not over there normally." And it's a back and forth kind of life when you are not okay, because you want to know that you're okay, but when you actually go through it, that's when it's like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm not okay. Maybe I should tell them I'm not okay. I believe that God saved me from where I was heading. I was at the point where I had abandoned everything. I had decided that I choose the money over everything. And it was a big part of my life. And all of a sudden, my wife started following God the proper way, not just the way of, excuse me, the way of going to church. It was like having an actual relationship with God. It wasn't just praying. It wasn't just going to church. It wasn't just going to service. It was actually talking to God. And I had noticed that. And of course, it made me feel like, how is she so happy even though I'm so miserable? And it didn't make sense. It wasn't fair. It wasn't, X, Y, and Z. But so what? I believe that was also a turning stone in my life that actually helped me grow and understand that if my wife can find happiness through God, then why can't I at least give it a try? Everything else wasn't working. Therapy, talking to friends, working, going to parties, drinking, smoking, like nothing else was working. So why not just give it a try? And once I finally took that mentality of, I've done everything else, so why can't I just give it a try? That's when things turned around for the best. So I'm going to leave my live right here. I'm going to stop it at around 15 minutes. I do appreciate anyone and everyone who has listened. If you guys do want to follow me, go to my social medias. It's all on my link tree, on my link in my bio. I would really appreciate a follow. If not, it's fine. Just follow any way that you like, or just give a like. I appreciate all the support, and thank you guys so much. If you guys ever do need a prayer or just want to reach out, then by all means, go for it. My messages are wide open. And I have just got the Buy Me a Coffee app. You don't have to go on there, but if you want to support and just give me 50 cents to go buy a coffee, by all means, that's all up to you. It's in my link. But thank you guys for the support, the community that we're starting to build, and I will see you on the next one.